Joy. My name is Cynthia Green. I'm also known as Joy Melody, and I'm here with my daughter and my son. And I just wanted to share my testimony, my I shall live and not die experience. Ultimately, I was married in 2006. I had my daughter in 2007 and my son in 2008. This is Genesis, and this is Kavan Jr. And when Kavan was in the womb, the doctors encouraged me to abort him because they thought that he would have medical complications. And my husband at the time, he and I stood in faith, believing that God would totally deliver him. He was born with a hole in his heart. It's also known as an ASD. Additionally, he had right lung hypoplasia. Resulting from that, he was diagnosed with failure to thrive, and pretty much he had to be fed off of a G-tube. So he receives his nourishment through a feeding tube. But as you can see, he's a very happy, healthy boy. He'll be 3 in July, and truly he is my miracle. He's had several hospitalizations. He's had 3 operations. He's due for another one in early July. But I continue to look at the work that God is doing in his life, and I stand in awe and I celebrate what it is that God is doing. And I think a lot of times in life, we're dealt with situations, we're dealt with tribulations, with pressures, and it's easy to throw in the towel and give up. And truly, it's been by the grace of God that I've been able to parent him. I went through a serious separation in the process of divorce, and also in that time frame, my grandmother who raised me, she was 95 years old. She died the day before Mother's Day of this year. But again, nothing but the grace of God has kept me. It's helped me to keep my mind on the Lord. And I just want to encourage anyone who might be dealing with separation, might be dealing with divorce. You may think that there's no life after that, but truly it's in Him that we live and move and have our being. And I can truly say that His grace is sufficient. And the song that I identify as my anthem is I Speak Life, and it falls right in line with I Shall Live and Not Die. So I just wanted to share that, and truly thank you, Darlene, for the opportunity to share my story. But I just want to encourage anyone who might be dealing with a child who has medical challenges. Oftentimes when I go to the hospital, I see a lot of children with cerebral palsy. I see some children who have cancer, and sometimes we say why, but we know that God is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we can ask or think. And I'm believing God to truly heal my son 100%. Today he had an appointment, and I saw another child who was on a feeding tube and who had oxygen, and who wasn't able to function at what we consider typical capacity. And what God put in my heart was that my son would lay hands on the sick. And so, a lot of times I'm telling his testimony and I'm saying the pressures of parenting, and God is saying to me, no, your son is going to share his testimony. So oftentimes the very thing that we sow into, it seems so difficult to cope with, but one day my testimony will speak, and he'll be able to share his story. So this is the song, I Speak Life. I speak life, you're gonna live. Oh, my brother, my sister. I speak life, you are the head and not the tail. You will prevail. I speak life, so don't give up the fight for your life. You shall live and not die. Thank you. Boy.